What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Games for Life podcast, where each and every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, discussing all things games, talking that gaming shit. I am one of your hosts, Jerrell. This is the birthday podcast episode, everybody. It's my birthday. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And of course, appreciate doing the pod with my guy Arthur. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. All I like to say is, proof is in the pudding. I got good fucking taste. Two franchises I've been talking about forever are the homepage of the Steam store right now, the Remnant franchise and all things Warhammer. So
Yeah.
it's a good fucking day to be a fan of good fucking games.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, yeah. So, talking about a couple things here today. I finally checked out, or I'm not fully caught up. I'm like maybe a quarter through episode 6, but I've caught up on the other episodes for Last of Us season 2. I know you're like, fucking watch it already. So, like, we can talk about it in the pod, So finally, I did like 3 episodes last night, and then I did the other two, and then a quarter today. So, and then talk about Randy Pitchford's bullshit with the if you're not a fan unless you spend $80 on my game, which is probably not good, and then a marathon, and then marathon.
Spoiler, thoughts on a Pitchford will come later.
And then Marathon getting shot outside like Cujo. But for all these Gamers for Life, before we get started, be sure to subscribe on the YouTube at G4L Podcast. That is where Arthur does the streams. We've been streaming Helldivers 2 recently. It's been really fun getting back to that since this motherfucker's attacked Super Earth, which we're like, oh, hell
Super
no.
Earth is under attack. We need more men.
Yeah, we're like, oh, hell no, not today. So, yeah, we did some really fun streaming sessions that a lot of them are on our channel that you can check out. But yeah, everything else, you can go to linktree.com/gamers for life. That's the one's top link for our audios and videos. And then, and once again, at G4L Podcast YouTube, definitely check that out. And here at the Games for Life Podcast, we read the news while you can watch or listen to what you choose by clicking on the links to the time code within the description of the episode. So you can just go to the segment that you want, or you can just hang out with us here at the Games for Life Podcast. Because I'm not creating any timestamps because this is my birthday, so go fuck yourself. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Happy birthday to me. Suck my balls. I mean, subscribe. I love when you do housekeeping of like, yeah, we do all this, and I don't feel like it, so fuck you.
Not today.
As mentioned, we got a whole ass job, so it's like we
Yeah.
got yo, oh, I know I'm not paying for you guys. You get what you pay for. Okay,
Yeah,
like
there's
shit.
just three. Yeah, there's 3 topics, guys. Catch up, okay? Uh,
Yeah, which is fuck you, fuck this other guy, and fuck him too. That's the topics we're talking about. Okay.
shit. But yeah. So I guess let's talk about this fucking Last of Us season 2 monstrosity. So I actually want to ask you first of your thoughts, and then I was writing down
We're
some
off the
stuff.
gate, Jarrell. I have a question. Is Ellie as fucking annoying in the game as she is in this show in season two?
See, that was one of my annoyances for this. She's written really horribly. She's definitely
Like,
not.
I'm like, God damn, like in season one, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for Ellie to get revenge. I'm like, man, fuck Ellie too. Like, I know like the game was preaching you like violence is bad, kids. I know we've killed like 3,000 people because it's a fucking video game, but I'm Neil Druckmann and I think violence is very bad, okay? So Ellie shouldn't kill Abby. They should be friends and turn the other cheek like Jesus. And this show's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna make you think revenge is bad by making the main character annoying as shit. So whatever message he was trying to send the first game, sorry, and the second game for the first time, not the second or third time, but the second game for the very first time, because fucking remakes upon remasters upon, fucking all that, kick the bullshit. But again, overall, the arcing term was like, hey kids, revenge is bad. Okay? Don't do revenge. And this game is like, don't make well-written characters like people like. That's the message of this. That's the message of this season. Don't make characters that people like. Okay, because dude, I seriously, I haven't played Last of Us 2. I like watched some playthroughs of it, like all the, quote unquote, movie where someone just uploads all the cutscenes to YouTube. I don't remember Ellie being this fucking annoying.
She's
Like,
not, and that's the problem. That's one of the huge problems with the fucking show. They pretty much made Ellie like she was in the first game, like this naive girl that's like has like nerdy and dorky. Like they completely erased her character from the second one. Where the second one, it's like once like first she's pissed at Joel for the obvious reason, right? As far as she saved her, which it didn't create a cure to save everybody else, right? And then obviously then Joel lied to her. So, but once Joel dies, like revenge is the only
that's
thing she really
all she
cares
was
about.
about, was like scorched
Yeah.
earth, fuck everyone, I want blood, fuck you.
Yeah.
And I feel like the proof that that they're writing her intentionally not as good. And this isn't the actress's fault because the whole internet is like, "Oh, she got a five head. The show's unwatchable." Whatever. Fuck you. Go outside, touch grass, you weirdo. Um, for me, the proof that they're writing adult Ellie bad is in the middle of adult Ellie. Sorry, the middle of adult Ellie being annoying. She has a flashback for like the museum scene, right? And like a flick of a switch, it's like you fell in love with Ellie all over again. Same actress. Oh, they're method acting by going back in time. No, HBO Max is a fucking time machine for this goddamn show. It's that's what I'm saying. It's like in the middle of, damn, like I'm supposed to root for you, but like I don't want to. And then in the middle of all that, boom, they do a flashback, and it's like you're falling in love with Ellie again. You're falling in love with like innocent kid Ellie. So it's like they're writing. It's like they wrote young Ellie to be like innocent and positive, and you want to root for her, and you want her and Joel to ride off into the sunset, right? And then they cut right back to adult Ellie. It's like I hate all the decisions she's making. Like I like to Church's point, he always talks about like he hates zombies and zombies are overdone. I think, especially in the year 2025, a lot of us are over people making dumb decisions in the zombie genre. I'm just sitting here like, I hate everything you're doing. Like, Ellie got bold. Okay, like real quick, this is a side tangent, Joel. Hey, Joel, if you're trying to hide in a city, do you think turning on the lights for the entire fucking building you're hiding out in is smart? So Ellie's like, "Hey guy, hey, we got to stay low. They almost shot us. We barely escaped. We found this movie theater. They're right outside. Like, remember when they found the movie theater in the show? They were right outside. And what did they do the very next day? Oh, I found the generator and I turned the lights on because it's pretty. I'm like, motherfucker, there's an apocalypse and there's like a militia looking for you. Oh, I know what to do. Turn the lights onto this entire building in the middle of the fucking night with the patrols you know are there because your girlfriend has mapped them. And you're like, oh, so you turn the lights on? We're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse while hiding from a militia? That's so romantic. Oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, and if that happened in the game, then for whatever. But again, for someone that didn't really play the game, I'm just sitting here like, literally, that episode ended with them like barely escaping the wolves. They find the theater. And remember, they thought they were going to get attacked so fast, they had to barricade the door. And they went from that to like, oh, I like you. I'm going to turn the lights and let everyone know we're here. I want the world to know where we are so the world can know I love you. And I'm just like, I don't give I don't give a shit. Burn them. I'm voting for Seattle, which never happens because fuck Seattle. But it's like, you know what I mean? And so again, now if that was taken one for one from the game, where they're like, "Oh, we need to hide and let's turn on the lights," so I'm seeing your head nod exactly. So again, I never played the game, but like I said, for me, the biggest proof in the pudding, other than me eating pudding, is that in the middle of all this bullshit, the flashback episode, like the flick of a switch, boom. You fall in love with Ellie all over again. You fall in love with her and Joel again, and then switches back to her being an adult, brooding, fucking 5'2", fucking 90-pound Bruce Wayne. And you're like, I don't give a shit. Let's just get the show over with. And I don't know if you watched to the end credits of episode 5 or
Yeah,
6, whatever,
five, not
but
six.
we're recording tonight on Friday night, right? Jerrell, Sunday is the season finale.
Really?
Yep. And I can tell you right now, Joe, I don't give a fuck about season 3. I don't give a fuck. Don't give
No,
a fuck.
they're digging a grave. So there's a
But you
few.
played the game. You played the game. You got a lot more dog. You got a lot more dog in this fight. Again, more than 5'2", 90 Penelli. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, there's a few specific points of why this is a bad season. One, they pretty much stripped her character development. Like she has zero character development from within the second game. She's like the same naive Ellie from the first game, which I think is a huge fucking mistake. Like they treat her like she's stupid. Like Dina, she never kind of like treat her like she was stupid. Like from in the game like this one, it's like, well, you always shoot first of this, you always do this. It's like, wait a minute, it's like there's a whole fucking first game where Joel kind of shows her the ropes, right? And throughout the game, she gets a little more trained, a little more trained. And even in the beginning of this season, she fucking almost chokes out, dude. So it's like, okay, she's learning shit. Like she seems like she's becoming more tactical with all of her stuff. They completely stripped that after the second episode because I was down the first two episodes. First two episodes were good. I liked them. It was very much specific to the game. Right after or episode 2 when Joel dies, see episode 3 is fucking ridiculous. Like it's completely the opposite. Like I didn't mind her like when she like woke up and like was screaming and stuff. It's like, okay, like trauma, yeah, Joel died, that like that. I understand that. But then it's like she just kind of acts like everything's cool and she's just kind of sad. I'm like, no, no, that is not Ellie. That is not how Ellie should be acting. The only thing on her mind should be fucking revenge. And that's how the game was, you know? And then like talking to having just like the dynamics with her and Dina, I just like I don't really like it. I feel like they used Dina to replace Joel when it comes to and I think that was a huge fucking mistake. I'm like, okay, so now we have the first season basically because we don't want to have any character development for Ellie. No, like this is supposed to be the moment where Ellie kind of becomes Joel in a sense. You know how Joel was kind of like, I'm just gonna kill these motherfucking people because I'm gonna save Ellie. Like Ellie becomes Joel in a sense, and that was kind of like part of the character development for the fucking game, and they just completely eradicated that. So I was just like, okay, so Ellie's stupid because even the homeboy who works with Joel's brother. Was just like, he was like, oh yeah, nice schematics. He's like, oh yeah, Dina made it. He was like, yeah, I didn't think you did. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I
I'm
was
like, why is this okay?
I was wondering if you got to that point. Like you're right.
Yeah,
Like everyone that comes across Ellie still talks to her like she's just child, and because she's written like a fucking child, they should be talked down to. So
yeah,
so again, it's like Last of Us, the first game was Joel's game. Joel was the main character, and Last of Us 2, it was Ellie. Ellie was the main character, and now it's like she's like this sideline
she's
character
another side character.
to everyone she just comes across. Like even I know this isn't one for one, but Gerald, even like the fucking performance voice actress for Dina, it was like, oh, I wasn't doing that. What? I don't, and she would like said like I don't like that. Like I don't think Dina. That's not what Dina. That's not what Dina would do. She's like I wasn't immersed in this character. I was this character. Like this was my life, and the performer and voice actress for Dina in the game watching the show was like, that's what are we doing? So
Yeah, like I didn't really like the like I didn't like I feel like the Joel getting therapy thing. I feel like they did that very hokey. I didn't like how they almost kind of made it like he was trying to replace Ellie with Dina because Ellie was mad at her. I was like, that's not in the game. That doesn't make any fucking sense, you know. And then like it took until episode 5 to describe what the fuck is happening in the show. Like the even though I know you don't like a lot of the flashbacks and stuff because you're like I feel like okay, what the fuck's going on, but there was a very specific flashback that they did not add. They just had homegirl with the shaved head who's like, you know, your father is your Joel's a bitch, you know, like in the hallway, or whatever. And
Oh,
she's,
there
like,
was a
breathing all the
flashback. There was
toxins.
a whole scene
There,
skipped.
there's a whole flashback skipped where it was in a field. It was similar to, it almost looked very similar when Ellie was like, hey, like, did you like you know like pretty much say like are you telling the truth when it comes to like this is what happened with the fireflies, and he says yes, you know, he lies. But and there was a whole other flashback they missed from the game where he confesses that he lied and that she wasn't supposed to live, you know, and that he killed all those people. And then that is where she was like, you fucking lied. Like it was a really like good scene from the game, which like the whole reason of why she's like, I don't need your fucking help. So it's just for this one, it seems like she's like, it just seems like there's like a bunch of random switches. Like when she's like, where's Abby? Like, where was that Ellie the first like 3 fucking episodes?
Dude,
you know what I mean?
You're not
like,
wrong. Episode 4 and 5 are the most skippable bullshit. Like you
3,
can just
4,
watch.
and 5 are garbage, bro.
Like
End of
like,
5 is better, but yeah.
it's like you can watch the Horde episode, and spoiler, Joel dies. Skip through the next 2 or 3, and just watch the season finale, and you'll be like, oh okay, okay.
Yeah. And
Like you're
yeah.
right. You're right. It's like they were just like, I'm gonna try to get from A to B, but be dumb, and annoying, the whole way,
Yeah.
and cram in. I get it. There were flashback scenes in the game. Like the Science Museum was a big deal,
Yeah.
but it just sucks that it was crammed into like a no nonsense point in the show.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's about stoicism. I will say this to the actor when people are like, "Oh, Ellie's ugly. Eat it, go touch grass." But I will say this: that she's supposed to be intimidating. You can't make a dumb, talked down to, incoherent, mistake-making character the next scene try to be this intimidating badass. Like you go from, "Oh, those triangles." Yes, Ellie, that's what triangulation means. Are those patrols? Do those 2 lines not connect? Yes, Ellie. That means there's a gap in their patrol. Oh, okay. And then the very next scene, have her fucking confront Nora like some supposed, like I said, 5'2" stoic Batman with a red light. Like, yeah, you know me. I'm like, bitch, you didn't know what triangles were like 60 minutes ago. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you're right. The juxtaposition of her being constantly lectured, yet still trying to be not only the hero, Jerrell, allegedly this intimidating hero, like, and that's the one thing I get. That's the one thing that just I can't get over. I'm like no offense, like you and I both know it's like, dude, we've met dogs that can outweigh this chick. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's not the end all be all, because again in season 1, Jerrell, like I said, in season 1 and the first 2 episodes, they had her show her weight. They had her show her fight. Like she can choke a dude out. She can go to toe to toe with a militia guy. She can train. And now they have her just being talked down to like an idiot, and
Yeah.
trying to have this threatening presence out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, like even like the whole the bow and arrow thing was a big thing too, because it was like because she's so small, you know what I mean, and like while she's a little stronger, like her having really solid like archery stuff, like that was a whole kind of other like cool fighting hunting mechanic thing too. Like she was fucking offing motherfuckers with like the bow and arrow and stuff. So like and then also too like I didn't really care for like this is how bad episode 3 is. Like how episode 3 was like it's like bright shining day, and then like Joel's brother and like the other Asian dude are like hitting those logs or whatever into the ground, and I was just like, we just witnessed the best character in the show die, and this is what we're looking at. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, where's the conflict? Because like in the game, there was a cool thing they did in the game where Joel's brother goes off. Like he like him and his
Tommy goes nuts.
yeah, him and his wife, like they go at it, like they're like he's kind of estranging his family because he's like, no, he has the same see, again, revenge, like that was the whole thing. Like he has the same thing and he goes off, like he goes crazy, he goes off, and there's even a moment in the game like where you're playing Abby and she's being sniped at and she's like dodging and stuff and the person trying to shoot her is Tommy. You know what I mean? Like the best thing that they did in this season 2 is not go back to Abby and watch Abby for 3 episodes. That's like
And
the only good thing they did.
well, and here's the crazy thing, Drill. I will say this. Let's just call it is, man. We were worried. We were worried that the internet was gonna be like, oh, who's ever playing Ellie? Who's ever playing Abby, I'm gonna make it my life's goal to send her 1,000 death threats a day because this is my favorite video game in the whole wide world, and the character Abby killed my whole favorite character in the whole wide world, and I don't like her carry my favorite character in the whole wide world. So again, to these people that don't fucking get vitamin D, other than the fucking vitamin from Instacart 'cause they never leave the house, we're worried. I was like, fuck, dude. And here's the thing: we haven't seen much of her. The actress playing Abby is killing it. Like
Oh no, she did. Yeah, she's excellent. I think she's arguably like doing the best acting job. Like aside from like Joel dying, like the best acting job. Like she's written really well. She's
yeah,
well. That's the thing is that she's written well because it was fucking specific to the game. Like the only thing that was very not like that wasn't how the game was the first scene where they're all at the graves.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like we're gonna fucking do this, guys. Like I think they could have did that differently. Like I kind of like they did the flashback when she was in the hallway, but they did it in a weird way where it was like there's another Ellie or another Abby telling Abby, don't go through, like this is fucking stupid. I was
yeah.
like, just have her go through the fucking hallway. Like, yeah.
Here's my thing. We don't need to be surreal in flashbacks. This is a quick tangent, but just pick a lane. Do a flashback or be surreal. Don't do both. Don't do both. And here's the thing too. It's like again, I still think it's hilarious that like Abby was just jacked in the zombie apocalypse. Like, oh yeah, the factories haven't shut down for a day, man. They're still making testosterone all fucking day. Let's go get those gains. Abby gets those gains, Jerrell. Get at it. Abby's a dog. Go, motherfucker. I'm Abby. And so she never stopped getting those gains. But in this show, it's like she still had that presence, and that's the weird thing for me, Drill. It's like if you put Ellie's actress next to Abby's, I feel like they got the same build, but just something about Abby's character was just able to carry herself more, and they still like humbled her a bit because when Drill's like, "Shut, just get it over with," like you took everything from me. I'm gonna make you suffer. Like, and Joel is just like, just get it over with. We know why you're here. Fuck. And then she shoots his kneecap. Oh, like, you know what I mean? So that it's like
Yeah.
we briefly met Abby, same stature, like 5'3", maybe 110, 120. I don't fucking know. I just know I fucking weigh more than both of them combined. And then like, but still, Abby garnered respect and garnered fear as the villainous type of character she's supposed to be. And
Yeah.
then fucking you got Ellie over here going from I like space to what are triangles?
Yeah, it's just there's just a lot of disjointedness, like even though I do understand as far as like her being absent in a couple episodes, I think there should have been a part within say episode maybe 4, like her getting signs of as far as like there's someone tracking us. You know what I mean? Like just like knowing that like someone is coming for you, bitch. You know what I mean? Like I think that would have been a really good indicator. But yeah, like through episode 3 and 4, I have no idea if Ellie has a problem with anything. Like I don't think she really cares about Joel. You know what I mean? And then like
She's just brooding the character.
yeah, like and while fucking finally in episode 5 where the the chick with the bald head says, like why this is happening as far as like, like you were supposed like, you're the one, you're the one who's supposed to save everybody, and fucking Joel killed, killed the doctor who was supposed to save everybody. You know, I mean, like, so it was like, okay, like finally, but it's like too late. It's like the fifth fucking episode. Like they didn't have anything tying to that moment. And then like she's just like now she's like in like go like bad girl Ellie mode. Where's Abby? I'm like, where was Abby? Like where was the Where's Abby 3 fucking episodes ago, you know? But it's just but you're right for what we said before. They made her another side character. They made her stupid and naive, and all the training that she did with Joel, all the training she did at the training place, none of that matters. She's just a fucking idiot at this point. And I'm like, this is so poorly written. What I realized too, Arthur, is that the guy Craig Mazin or whatever, like he fucked this whole thing up. Like he was bitching about like not getting, I don't know, not being on the credits or some shit from the first one. I was like, you fucked up this whole season, bro. Like the last three, I don't think Neil Druckmann directed. He didn't direct 3, 4, and 5. If you look at the credits, he directed episode 6, the one with Joel and with Ellie, which is probably why it was such a good episode. But I think he took his hands off the wheel when he needed to fucking be driving. You know, he should have been more closely with the show right after that episode 2. I think that was a big fucking mistake. I was like, have some fucking weasel direct like a middle of the road episode out of the season. I was like, why are you not why are you not directing or having creative control over, okay, Joel's dead. What's next? How does Ellie feel? How is this? You know, it's like, I definitely had like, yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. I'm really disappointed. I feel bad for Ellie just as an actress that she has to deal with like the shitty lines, you know? And I think I think she's written kind of weird. Like I think there's some parts where like, okay, like she's a good character, but I don't like how she's written in the way that she's written. I don't like that. I don't like how she's, you know, she talks down to Ellie as well. And like, I'm the smart one, you're the dumb one. You just shoot stuff and I have a brain. I have the brain and you're the muscles. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not how the game was. That wasn't their dynamic. Like, yeah, she made slight digs, but it wasn't like that, you know? So I was just like, why are they demeaning this person? Like, this is really ridiculous. And I didn't understand either. Like, she was like, oh, I'm pregnant. And then they just start kissing and fingering each other. I'm like, what? Like, where did this come from?
Yeah, I'm a dad now. Guess we're some sort of Suicide Squad. Like,
yeah,
again,
like,
it's like you can't. By the way, Jerrell, you called it episode 6. Director Neil Druckmann.
Yeah, man. It's just I'm like, where the fuck were you?
Other episodes, not director Neil Druckmann.
Yeah.
So the episode 6, director Neil Druckmann, IMDb 8.7. This is on IMDb.
Okay.
Episode 5, season 2, of course. So I'm counting down.
Okay.
7.5. Episode 4, 6.3. Remember, the scores aren't counting down. I'm also counting down. We just happened to match. Episode 3, 6.9. Episode 2, 9.3. So when we say, 3 through 5 are just skippable, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like episode 2, golf club, The Happening. Episode 6, stuff is happening again. I don't know, man. And here's the thing too. I'll say this too, Drill. Why the fuck lead up to the whole Nora fight? The whole Nora death scene, murder? If you're gonna cut away. Remember, they had one swing, and then they cut away from that shit. Like,
are you talking about Abby when she?
No. I'm talking about Ellie and Nora in the fucking red light basement.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, big scene. I know your name. Yeah, you remember me. I'm gonna hit you once, and the show's gonna cut away. Why build tension? Just cut it away. It's like, you know what?
Because she hits her once, and then it cuts to like a beginning of a flashback, and then the show, and then it ends. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What was the point of that flashback at the very end? Like, that does not connect at all to 6. Like, yeah, I was like,
oh yeah,
fucking morons, man.
We built up to this moment. A moment of revenge. Took it away to Joel and Ellie, the fun times. Doop 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 doop.
Fast times at Ridgemont High. Yeah, I'm just like, what
Pick
is
a lane, dude.
happening?
Like, are you a revenge story? Are you a flash? Are you flashback city? What are you? Pick a pick a fucking lane.
And
At least Halo knew what they were. Bad.
and you know, I don't. Here's the thing: I don't mind flashbacks, but they have to be done where they make sense. You know what I mean? Like, Pulp Fiction is told through flashbacks. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
like it begins at the end. You know what I mean? Like,
every Quentin Tarantino movie, like every like
yeah,
almost everything by Tarantino was like, oh, and then like six
yeah,
months ago, oh shit, and you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like even like even City of God, which a great film by the way, not in English. Like you have to read subtitles. Has flashbacks. It makes more sense than The Last of Us season two. You know?
yeah, and here's the thing, it sucks, Joe, because to a point, I kind of hate being right, but to a point, not one for one. But at least when it comes to the world of flashbacks, we were worried about this. We were like, man, dude, the pacing and the editing needs to be different. It has to be different for season two. And to be fair, the word different is accurate. It needs to be better. Not so much. Um, and here's the thing, I feel bad because it's weird because at least episode 6, which is just flashback the episode, is good because it's written well. Like, I'm looking at IMDb right now. Episode 4 is when her and Dina are like going somewhere, and Ellie finds a guitar and she starts playing it. She's like, "Oh, these memories are too much for me. I got to put the guitar down." And then we cut to episode 6. I'm like, "Oh, it's nice again." And then we get back and we get thrusted from the good show back to the shit one. I'm like, "Oh, damn it!"
Yeah.
Now, and
My favorite one of my favorite parts. Sorry, to cut you off. One of my favorite parts of of the season. Well, like anything that Jeffrey Wright does, it's just like immediately like fire. Like he's such a incredible actor. Like I loved all his scenes. Like when he was in the van with all the other dudes. You know?
he's that's Isaac, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Oh, so he's the guy that was like Wolf, not Wolf, but pre-Wolf. He was like
yeah,
DARPA, whatever, fucking
yeah.
government shit. The one that was lecturing the young kids that killed
The voters.
one of the guys from Drake and Josh,
Mm,
because he was in the back of the car, the kid actor, and then he's like, "You come with me,"
yeah,
and then he like throws the grenade in the back of the car, then locks it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, he's incredible. I've always loved like he's such an incredible actor, and I loved his performance. And then when he was torturing the homeboy too, the other guy, like
I'm
on
like,
the other
damn,
scene,
dude, my kitchen game got to step up.
I was like, I need to get some copper,
Like,
some
damn.
copper pots.
I just got like carcinogenic Teflon, like a fucking pleb. Damn, dude. Like I don't got that French copper. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, fuck. What happened when the world ends? I need to like torture a motherfucker. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
But no,
right.
you're right. He's definitely killing it. But no, sorry, go on. Because when you're sorry, you know me when names, you're like this guy, and I'm like, hey, Drew, I'm like the kid in the back. Who's that guy? He's the government. He's the government guy that tortures that threw the grenade in the back of the truck,
Yeah,
who eventually ends up torturing the culty guy.
right, right. And it's interesting too, where he's just like, you got to make a choice, and then like in the other scene, you show that like he made the choice to align with him. You know, it's like, go what you deserve. It's like, oh, that's the evil version of that guy. You know, I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Um, but yeah, man. So I'm not really looking forward to watching the rest of the show.
Dude, season 3 is just gonna be white people about cults, and I'm over it. I'm sorry, man. Like,
Well, that's the thing. What are they going to do? This like unless they're going to do a mid-season finale, which they don't have enough content really to do one.
no.
Because if they for season 3, like they're just going to make up some shit, and it's going to be even worse than the content that they had for season 2. So from the game, so like season 3 is going to be terrible. You know.
Season 3 is gonna have like, I feel like season 3 is gonna be the old school like Game of Thrones formula, where it's gonna be like series finale is good, season 6 is alright, season 8 watch it, everything else in between who gives a shit. Cause and here's the thing too, here's a bigger question, Joe. As someone that played the games, do you think the show warrants a season 3?
No, there's no content. Like I mean, unless that's the thing. Like it would be the shortest season. You know what I mean? Like they're at a point in the game where like there's like a couple of weird like fights and stuff with like those crazy people that disembowel people. Um but not really, not fucking really. You know, not fucking really. I mean, I they're just kind of they're trying to milk it, you know, but it's like, yo, like you guys killed Joel. You killed like, you know, so it's like obviously that's part of the game, but it's like what are you gonna do? Is season 3 gonna be another season where people just talk down to Ellie? Like, what are you gonna
Seems
do?
seems
You
like it.
know? So it's and who knows? Maybe Neil Druckmann will be writing for season 3, and then that will potentially boost the game, like the actual Last of Us 3 game, which will be another 3 remasters. We'll be looking forward towards for the fucking game, but
Remastered, complete, director's
yeah,
final cut edition. Um,
yeah. So
um, I don't know, man.
yeah,
Like, it's really funny because before the record, I didn't mean for you to get bummed out. For the record, I was like, when episode 2 dropped, I'm like, Jerrell, you gotta watch the fucking show. Jerrell, you gotta watch the fucking show. You're like, okay, I'll watch it 6 weeks later. I'm like, no, Jerrell, it gets bad. Just watch episode 2.
no, yeah. Episodes 1 and 2, they're great. They're really good. They're solid. They were very aligned to the show. I mean, aside from like the whole like he went out with Dina because he likes Dina now. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's not part of the fucking game. But but uh, but yeah. Like, other than that bullshit, and then the therapy stuff that was hokey. But other than that, like the first episode was fine. The second episode, obviously the best episode out of the season.
Amazing. The
Yeah,
Horde, I
they killed
love.
it.
Dude, it's weird because the pacing of episode 2 made me like kind of hate the rest of the episodes. Because if you think about the episode two's pacing was like a horde, and then Joel meets Abby, so you're like, oh fuck.
Right.
And it was kind of like
Right.
return. It was kind for me, not one for one. This is not. They were like, oh really, Arthur? You're gonna compare it to this? But it, for me, it was like kind of Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, because I was constantly wondering in a good way what the fuck was happening on the other side of the town, or on the other side of the world. Because the Lord of the Rings: Return
Yeah.
of the King, it's like, oh, what's happening in Minas Tirith? Okay, what's happening, with the charge the Rohirrim on the outside of the Great White Wall,
Mhm.
and then what's happening to Pippin and Gandalf inside the wall, because shit's still popping off there. So you're just constantly going back and forth to like inside, outside, but you're just like you're eager for both of them, and then Aragorn shows up in the ships. You're like, oh shit! But and so it's kind of like that, where episode 2 was like the Horde. You're like, oh fuck, oh shit, Tommy's about to 1v1 a fat fuck. Oh, and then it's like the Joel situation. I know a lot of people were mad because this is one thing specific. Joel's death. It was a creative decision. What do you want to call it? A shift from the game. Tommy wasn't there. Tommy was
Yeah,
in the
Dina wasn't.
town,
I don't think Dina was there either when he
and
got caught.
no. And that's one thing that I will say that people actually liked more drill, because what was one of the biggest gripes about the game. People that were really defensive about themselves, protective and smart. Oh, hi, I'm Tommy. This is Joel. Here's our birth certificate. Do you want to know our social security number? Here's all of our shit. And that's Abby knew to kill him. But the way Abby found out that's Joel is Dina, Dina was like scared. Where's Joel? There's a fucking horde going around. Joel! And I mean, it's like, it's like, spoiler drill, if someone's looking to murder you and we lose each other, I'm gonna shout your fucking name. That's just the way that's just the way humans work. Drill, where are you? Oh shit, that's Jerrell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it worked a lot better because it was more of a coincidence than dumb decisions like in the game. And so I do give her credit. I do give credit where credit's due, because you and I both said, say what you want about the whole game, how Joel died and how Joel got found out was bullshit in the game. But um as a whole, as a whole, I think they did the Joel death scene a little bit better. Some people had some gripes. They were like, Abby wasn't as intimidating in it. And I'm like, well, that's what happens. You're not, fucking taking injections in the butt in the locker room. Um, but so I don't know. Like I said, it has a 9.3. Like I said, and so that's the other thing too, Joe. Like I said, the pacing is like it's like going this crazy horde, this crazy horde fight. That's like when it comes to zombies, I'll say this, Drill. Last of Us 2, Last of Us season 2, did their fucking fight against the zombie horde better than Game of Thrones? Oh, what if, hear me out, guys, the audience can see it? Whoa.
Yeah, that was yeah the main fight that we've been hearing about for 5 fucking seasons. You can't see anything. I'm like, what? Because I was watching on like a Magic app, so I was like, damn, is it just because like I didn't watch it on HBO or whatever, and then people were tweeting like, I can't see anything. What's happening? And I was like, oh shit, this is how the actual like resolution of it is for like if I was watching on HBO. Like, yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, Jerrell episode 2, 9.3 IMBD. Episode 6, 8.7.
yeah, yeah.
Episode 2, episode 3 through 5. Skip. Skip.
And even those scores, like to me, it should be much lower than 6. Like those are like fives, fours. It's definitely episode 3. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like this is completely opposite. Like yeah, terrible, terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I feel like writers do things just because that's the way it's always done. And I don't like to a point when we get taken out from this massive battle, this massive thing to politics. And I get like tons of things that did that. Well, there's a calm after the storm. Cool. This is made off a fucking game. You can literally do whatever you want. And still we're gonna be like, hey guys, my fake dad died and I wrote on a piece of paper why I think we should go kill these guys. I vote yay. Whoever votes nay is a bitch. Um, and I'm Ellie, and this is Dina. Twitter thing now. What's up? Her baby daddy's over there. Hey boo. I think we should vote to um go kill people. Thank you. Like I hate the whole town hall scene.
That
Like
was fucking terrible. Yeah, and even that was an indicator. Like we're making her like she's like stupid. Like I don't understand. Like I never saved them. Like I'm like what? I'm like whose idea was this? I was like fuck you, Craig Mazin. I was like you just
I
fucked up these
haha,
episodes, bro.
I know what everything's thinking. Allie can read and write. Tee hee hee.
But anyway, let's move on from this one. But yeah, I'll finish what's available. I'll finish the whole thing just to finish the whole thing. But
Season well,
I'm not watching season 3.
do you
I'm
know what's
done.
crazy, Drill? In modern day, we have a major series season finale happening like the weekend of Memorial Day, and no one cares.
That's crazy, right?
Say what you want about Game of Thrones. That shit like captivated the nation. That
I
shit was
mean,
like a weekly
yeah,
event, dude.
yeah. Even House of the Dragons, it has like one of the largest premieres in HBO history. Like I think it's right behind Last of Us or something like that. Like it's one of the largest premieres in HBO history. And that's like a whatever show. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's yeah. So moving on here, speaking of dry spells, Borderlands 4. Borderlands.
Speaking of dry spells, Randy Pitchford's hair. Does he know what conditioner is? I don't think he does.
So Randy Pitchford, once again he exposes just him being an asshole, basically, a regular asshole CEO, just like everybody else. When people were, really critical of, like the game being $80, and saying that tweet, basically saying if you're a real fan, you'll figure it out. You'll spend $80, and obviously people didn't respond too well to that. Yeah, what's funny is that like once again it just shows like the weird greedy asshole nature personalities of CEOs, and then it just shows once again like Randy Pitchford hasn't really changed, right? Like we first thought he was like this guy who understood games. Like I remember you were mentioning in a prior episode we did on the show as far as like discussing like fall damage. Like someone was like, "Why don't you have like when you fall? How come you don't have any damage?" It's like, is that fun to you? Like is it fun for you to fall damage? He's like, "No, like that's why there's no fall damage." You know, or it's like, "Oh, Ray Pitchford gets it." Like that makes a lot of sense. But then when he has an opportunity where he could say what a real CEO that isn't a fucking psychopath and killing people, uh, he would say, I understand that $80 is a lot of money in today's time, but my team has been working really hard with this game. They've made some really great updates to it. They're providing a lot of great features, and their hard work. Absolutely, I would say I'm confident to say that spending $80, you will get your money's worth for this game. He just says, "You're not a real fan if you spend $80. Tighten up your bootstraps." You know what I mean? And then the devs are like, "What the fuck? Like you didn't have to say it like that, bro." So it's just another thing where it's just like, wow, man, like that's crazy. I was thinking about getting the game, but just the fact that Randy Pitchford did that, like, I'm like, fuck, why is everyone ruining everything? But I want to get your thoughts on this whole thing.
Hey, recent study, anywhere up to 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. But hey, if you want to play Borderlands 4, you'll find a way, fucking losers. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Remember Borderlands lost a lot of respect from a lot of people when even though Borderlands 3 hit all their sales caps, all their goals, Randy Pitchford and 2K Games still hold the bonuses. Like literally, I don't even know how that was even legal. Like it was in their contract, like if you hit this benchmark, we'll give you guys bonuses. And then Randy Pitchford, hit the nostalgia button from the early 90s and was like, psych. And you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I don't know. Funny to say, Joe, we both put Borderlands 2 as like top 10 games of all time for us. And if I never play a Borderlands game again, I couldn't give a shit. And here's the thing, too. Like, remember, Joe, the one thing I asked for in a Borderlands 4 trailer, I haven't gotten yet, Drill. Because remember, Borderlands gameplay was never was what held it back. But what held it back in Borderlands 3? The fucking writing, the main villains. Like I said, Drill, I just wanted to finish the game to have those two people shut the fuck up. These two streamers of like, "Dur, dur, 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 dur. It's your boy, Captain Dipshit, and his sis, Little Miss Bitchface." And it's just like, it was so annoying. Like, even when you learn their backstory of like, oh, their dad was a douchebag, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care your origin story. You're annoying. Stop existing in my fun game. And so Joel, I was saying, Joel, I'm gonna be in the the niche side of the audience. It's like, hey, I never doubt Borderlands gameplay is fun, but now when I see Borderlands 4 trailers, I want to see a little bit of campaign. I want to see story. I want to see dialogue. Is your game funny or is it cringe? Like Joel, like we don't know. Like for me, I'm honestly worried, Joel. Ever since Anthony Birch left Borderlands, they're just going more and more into cringe. Like, and they can't ride the curtails of Anthony Birch forever. Like, look at their last game, Tiny Tina's solo game. That only existed because of what Anthony Birch did for Borderlands 2. And so here we go, Drell. This is a whole new game. You can't keep milking that cow. And I think, especially in today's age, Drell, there's too many games to play like this. There's too like the market's gone too big in the sense that you can't just keep right off a brand. Like how many times do these people have to learn you can't just live off a brand. You gotta live off your content. Ubisoft's learning it. Fucking EA's learning it. I mean, BioWare's learning it. And 2K was about to learn it till Randy Pitchford opened his fucking mouth, and now people won't buy his game out of spite.
Yeah. Yeah, because and I think that's something. I feel like well, I won't say what was gonna say,
Do it,
but
do it, do it. It's your birthday boy, unfiltered birthday boy.
I'll say it in another way. But as far as like, it was never about the $80 to me, like because there's there's things that we've spent crazy money on, even if we're living paycheck to paycheck. Like people are ready to buy Grand Theft Auto 6,
Oh,
regardless of
dude,
how much money it is.
people are getting ready to foreclose on their Uber Eats loans. Like, let's just be real, man.
Like people are ready, you know what I mean? Like they'll do a pay plan or whatever if they have to do it. People are ready to buy that game, you know what I mean? And even regardless of the rumors of it being $100, we were like, okay, whatever, I'll save a couple bucks here and there. Oh, it's come. Oh, it's coming out next year. Oh, so I have a whole year to save money for the game. Cool.
Yeah.
I can save $10 a month and have the fucking game by the time. You know what I mean?
Yo, drill. That's like 12 months, dude. That's like 24 paychecks. Let's go.
So it's like like doing the pushing back the game actually did everybody a service. Like if we really think about it, right? So to me, it was never about the $80. It was never about the $80. It was the attitude in which it was the way in which he responded of like, you fucking poor fucking motherfucking people. If you really want to support, you can fucking pay. Fuck you guys. Like, that was like, it was like, I don't really care about you as fans. I care about your $80. If you have $80, you're a fan. You know what I mean? So there's already a disrespect that he has towards people that are playing the game. He doesn't really care about his fans. He cares about money, and maybe in reality, that's what people actually care about, but you can't communicate that to people. You can't talk shit in someone's face and expect them to give you $80. That's not how the world works. You get punched in the fucking face, so that
Dude, like, shocker. Millionaires want to be billionaires. Billionaires want to stay billionaires. But you can't let us poor people know that. Like, oh, shocker. CEO likes money. No shit. But,
yeah,
like, to
yeah,
say it to her face, well, don't piss on my leg and call it rain. I'm going to shit in your mouth.
yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you like that mud pie? It's side of mud butt. But yeah,
Let me ask you a question because I think I know the answer to this,
have I had
but
mud butt? Probably. I don't know. With my diet drill, it's just a statistic anomaly if I have not had mud butt at one point in my life. Was that your question?
no, no, please,
Oh, okay.
yeah, no. Uh, because like I agree with you that the biggest thing that made Borderlands 2 what it made it was Anthony Burch. Like that's a fact, 100%. Do you think they can ever get to that again? Like even if like say they really fucking did their homework, because it seems like it upsets me because again, from a gameplay perspective for Borderlands 4, I liked what I saw. I thought it looked
Yep.
really good. You know what I mean? Like I thought
It
it
looked
looked
fun.
it looked fun. The co-op nature of it was great. I can play with my boy Arthur. Like that's fantastic. You know what I mean? So it's like, but then like you have that, the other shit that I talked about. I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to take a step back. But it just sucks because it's like, damn, like that was really intriguing to me. But then, like, well, do you think it's possible for them to get back to it? And say hypothetically, if you could choose a writer that's not Anthony Birch, because we already know Anthony Birch doesn't want to make any more Borderlands, what writer would you choose that's done work for another game that would be good for a Borderlands to have the great mechanics, action, and have like the comedy like sense of it?
A comedian. I don't know. Like they can't afford him, but like someone like I don't know, Taika Waititi, um, the new Rick and Morty guys, um, somebody from Adult Swim, like just people that are actually funny. People that are funny because they're funny, not like they're ironically funny, or not because like they're bad funny. No, just people that are funny.
Mm.
And the reason I'm shaking my head, Joel, of like, will we see that again? No. Here's why. We've learned it is. I think it's confirmed now. Randy Pitchford has to be the smartest guy in the room. Like for some reason, he trying to make his face like the face of pre-production for Borderlands 4. I still look back on that cringy 3 where Randy Pitchford was just shoving the camera in actors' faces, and poor Kevin Hart did his best of like, yeah, it's gonna be good. Uh, come watch it. Um, See you later. Oh, I gotta keep talking. Yeah, you know what can I say, man? It's a grind day
Yeah.
after day. You know what
We
I mean? He
knew
was
the
like,
movie was gonna be bullshit after that interview. We're like, oh my god, this is how they're treating people behind the scenes.
I. It's weird because, like I said, Joel's like Arthur's just young at cloud skin. Well, I'm like, well, it's rained every fucking time I have, hasn't it? Well, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, wow, this movie's gonna suck. Nah, man, Kevin Hart's the goat. I'm like, yeah, unless you throw him into a wildfire and he's fucking dead. Hey, did somebody spell lamb chops around here? Where's the goat? I don't fucking know, man. Hey, you gonna eat butter? Why? No reason. But yeah, to your question, Joe, will we see another Borderlands game with a writer like Anthony Birch behind the wheel? No, no. Randy Pitchford is the face of Borderlands now. Even if he has to be the face in front and behind the scenes now for some fucking reason. I don't know. Like, there's certain identifiers to drill that let me know when CEOs have an ego and they have not employed anyone around them to give them an ego check, which is that weird culty shirt he wore, not during a live, like random stop him on the street gotcha moment, like a planned fucking launch. You know what I mean, Joe, like that
Oh,
video.
the state of play, right?
Yeah, it was like that's a
Yeah,
production value. There's takes, there's scripts, there's editors, there's producers, there's writers. He's like, I'm gonna wear this shirt. And when you see stuff like that, and like no one's comfortable to tell him, like, bro, you look like a cult leader, that lets me know what I need to know about Randy Pitchford and how he runs his company.
yeah,
He's followed by yes men either through dominance or fear, and what happens out of that is you get bad decisions. Because what happens is we've seen this time and time and time again in any industry in any facet. A boss makes a decision, and everyone's too scared or too silenced to say fucking anything. You get an Emperor's New Clothes situation, except that the Emperor being naked, he's wearing a culture promoting a game no one cares about and no one's about to care about because he's about to tell roughly 80, 70, up to 78% of the working class of the country, find a way to make $80 to play my game, you poor pieces of shit.
yeah, yeah. No, yeah, man, you're right. Yeah, he looked really cult leader-ish. You remind me of like someone from that horror movie Midsummer, or like everyone in the field and shit.
He looked like a DLC Far Cry 4 villain. He looked like in Far Cry 4, the tall man, or what the fuck is called, the guy in the purple. Remember Far Cry 4 was in the Himalayas with the guy in the
Yeah,
purple jacket?
yeah,
He looks like
yeah.
he looks like he was about to show up to the opening dinner in the opening of the game. Like, hey, it's Randy. Hey guys,
Yeah.
$80.
I think that was Troy Baker, wasn't it? Was the same guy who did the voice for Joel for Last of Us? I guess sworn that was
Maybe.
Troy Baker's voice, but yeah, no, yeah, you're right. It's very weird shit. So, um,
Cult leader CEO says if you don't have $80, you're a dipshit.
and then speaking of bad decisions, fucking marathon in the fucking grave as it is shown behind me. I was just talking to you off air. It was so funny about how you were like this just looks like it looks like a grayer like Apex or something like this. It looks like
It,
it's already been done, and then lo and behold, they find that guy who stole art like and put it into this game, and then all of a sudden, like when people are like calling out on the internet, it's been addressed, he's been fired, it's fine. We're just like,
it's
no, that
still
doesn't
in
fix the issue.
it's still in your shitty game.
Right.
Like, hey, Joe, I sold you a car. Oh shit. Some guy put a bomb in it, but I fired the guy. So we cool. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't know. Like, look, I don't know, man. When I hear extraction shooter, hero shooter, fucking PVE, competitive gameplay, I just roll my eyes and hit the next video on YouTube. Like, I'm like, not for me. There's only so many competitive fucking shooters the human race can fucking play. Um, because we're all too busy buying Borderlands 4. You know what I mean? So I saw it. I used to play Apex for a little bit. Like when I say a little bit, I mean I've played like 20 matches of Apex, and it just looked like Apex but with pastels and boring colors. It's like it's like Jill. You know like in Microsoft programs. you can choose the highlighter tool, and there's like 8 preset colors, and you have to click the more tools button to bring up like the 200 colors. It was like the aesthetic for this game is like, what if we can only use the 8 colors in Microsoft Word's highlighter tool and nothing else? Like I'm looking behind you, I can tell you blindly what color in the Microsoft Word doc you can find these colors.
Right.
Like I know that yellow, I know that red. Yeah, it's light blue. That's white. That's black.
That
That's gray.
highlighter color,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just straight up Microsoft Word fucking highlighter colors. And now you add the fact that, they're just stealing art. And here's the thing, Drill, like I sent you in the chat before the pod. Elephants don't forget. We're talking about layoffs. Remember, Bungie had the goal to lay people off the day after their execs brought people to their home to show off their brand new fleet. Not one, not two, a fleet, Jerrell, of supercars. And you're surprised Bungie's bad? Oh, what? What Bungie made Halo? They must be so good. What's Destiny 2? What's that? I remember, Jerrell, there was even articles where allegedly people that got canned from Bungie that they purposely like tanked that Crayola Light Bright DLC. It was just like Tron color highlighters, the DLC. You know what I'm talking about? Lightborn or Brightborn, some shit. And
Mm.
so, like I said, like I'll say this, of all like the waves of layoffs that hit, Bungie was the shittiest. I would say Bungie and Blizzard were the shittiest ones. And if you're right next to Blizzard, you're fucking up, dude. Because Blizzard was like, "Oh, sorry to let you go. We don't know if you're gonna pay rent, but here's $200 of money to play our games that we fired you from. They used to make." Ha ha ha. And then Bungie was like straight up that guy from like Silicon Valley. Remember that guy from Silicon Valley? It's kind of an asshole when he always shows off his cars. He's like, "Yeah, this is my car. Also, you're fired." Like that's literally what Bungie did. And so to go from that to like what Bungie is, by the way, the Joe, this isn't the first or second. This is like the fourth fucking time Bungie's been accused of like stealing art. And and no offense, but even if you steal someone's homework and you're still put the pump up like a 60 on the quiz, get fucked. Like they stole this art trail to make this bland cookie cutter game. Dude, they're alpha. They're alpha. No one was playing it. No one was playing it. No one wanted to play it. I'm not, I know I shit on streamers and, the overreaction of like someone gets scared in Resident Evil and they have like a seizure for that last like 2 hours and they show themselves in the hospital and their thumbnails like Resident Evil 2 remake so scary. I ended up in urgent care. Selfie, you know what I mean? Like those dumb shits. But like when there's people that do this for a living, I was like, I don't want to play this game. It would kind of remember not one to one drill, but it reminded me of Fallout 76 because people like even game journalists were like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't I don't want to play with you anymore. The scene from Toy Story. But so it's kind of like that where a lot of streamers and people are just like, dude, I know it's a job, so I need to tell people what this game is like, but I really don't fucking want to. So I don't know, man. It's giving off Concord vibes, and I feel like it's gonna be worse than Concord because Bungie is way bigger than Firewalk Studios. I think Bungie's about to be like Ubisoft. People are already talking about it, man. Bungie's like Ubisoft, dude. They got like two more two more chances to make a good game before people just forget about them, like they did with BioWare and Ubisoft.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I don't think the game's gonna release. I think they're gonna cancel Marathon indefinitely.
Tax deductions? Mm?
Yeah, I think they're. I don't think they're. I mean, at the rate that they're going, I don't think it's going to be available to play. Because it's weird because the very like I remember there were weird red flags from the very beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was barely hearing anything about Marathon. I know there was the acquisition with Bungie and stuff, and that was like a waste of fucking money to be honest, especially with this bullshit going on. Like if I was Sony, I'd be like, okay, like we need to relinquish our deal, you know. Um, but there was, yeah, it's just from the get go there was just a lot of weird cloudy information on Marathon. And then once they do release Marathon and I watch that trailer, it's like this player mode does this, this, and this. And then remember, I was like, wait a minute, like what is this? Like, what are we talking about here? You know, and like even Destin, who tries to be, he tries not to be biased, but he was even like, yeah, it seems like this is dead in the water. You know, like it's just another, it just there's no uniqueness, and then especially with them being called out for that guy stealing art and then implementing it into the game, so it's just like, yeah, it's bad news bears. I know Church is gonna buy the special edition before it comes out, but
Uh,
I'm not fucking with this thing.
and here's the thing too, Joe. Remember, on the same time, or not too, or on the same time frame, um, Marathon had its alpha, beta, whatever the fuck they want to call it. Um, Arc Raiders had their thing too, and my algorithm knows me. And my algorithm was like, dude, you gotta watch this Arc Raider shit. It looks good. And it does. It's just more fun. It's more visceral. It's more hard hitting. It's more like the guns have more oomph to them, and that's something we talk about. If you're gonna have an if you're gonna have an action based game, your guns and your weapons have to have more oomph to them. Avowed learned that the hard way. Um, Gotham Knights, not 1-to-1, but I still remember when Preston was on the show, Jerrell, which we need to talk about that again. Preston was on
Yeah,
the show, and we both agreed.
you gave me a you gave me a happy birthday.
Ah, Preston.
But yeah, we got him back on the show sometime.
Hey, go Knicks. But him and I on the again on the subject of guns have to have oomph and kick and power behind them. Him and I were talking early on to the Gotham Knights reveal trailer. It looked like Red Hood was firing BB guns. Like no one was reacting. His gun, there's no recoil. His hand, the body didn't feel like you're firing two pistols. I don't know if you've ever fired a gun before. I'm not saying, you're going to fly 20 feet across the room like a Naked Gun movie, but your body's going to react. So if you're firing two literal comic book sized pistols, akimbo style, you're going to, your wrists will feel it, especially if you're over the age of 35. Arthritis is a real problem. But the Red Hood character in fucking Gotham Knights was like, wow, that gunplay looks fucking garbage. And I'm watching someone play Arc Raiders right now, and I was like, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds in, Jerrell, I feel like this game, Arc Raiders, looks more action packed, looks more fun, looks more immersive, looks more engaging than Marathon ever could. And that's the other thing, Jerrell. Yeah, we're talking about Marathon's bland colors. No offense, even though Arc Raiders has a very rainbow 80s aesthetic synth art style to the cover. It's the color palette for the actual gameplay is gray and brown, but still, it looks fun. And I still, by the way, really random. Like one of the top comments in the video I'm watching about Arc Raiders, we're calling Marathon Art Raiders now.
Ah.
So, I'm sorry I had to emphasize the word. I can't say that word. Arc. Yeah, but like I said, man, it's just these regardless of the brand name. Like I said, you and I were calling it now. You don't even, like you said, to your point, you don't even think the game's gonna fucking release. We're calling this game dead on arrival. It's like you can't release a cookie cutter bullshit and think people, days are gone, days gone, or the age of brought to you by the makers of Destiny 2, Bungie. You're gonna get more boos than cheers, dude. Like, what
Right.
the fuck are we
Yeah,
talking about?
they can't coattail their history anymore. It's been almost 10 years of whatever games. I mean, Destiny when it first came out, yeah, people were playing it, but then like obviously it got very very repetitive, and they had some decent DLCs in between all of that, but like yeah, it's nowhere near the same greatness of the Halo franchise. It's just that Bungie is gone and dead. And they're making a whole other studio called Halo Games. Which I don't even know is going to be good at this point. That's going to
Coming
be
up
out for
next for Halo game.
PS5.
Coming up next for Halo games, a one-player game coming to PS5. I'm looked up now. Yeah, Destiny 2 has been out for 7 years this September. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like again, I get it. You and I are not the you and I are not the traditional audience because again, outside of Rivals and maybe Battlefield One, arguably you and I and a lot of people don't really fuck with the overindulged, bloated, oversaturated hero shooter extraction fucking market. Like you and I,
Not yeah, not a
like,
whole bunch. Not really. Not really.
there's the thing. That's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people that don't want to clock out after a long day. Drop in, spend 20 minutes fucking looting to get sniped across the map in games like Apex and other battle royale games.
Yeah.
Kudos to Fort. Kudos to Fortnite. They're trying to do. They're doing something.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I said, Joe, your point. I'm not gonna take a burrito bet. We're on the same page. This game's gonna be dead on arrival. You say this game will even make it to launch. I say it's gonna be dead upon arrival. Um, and yeah, like I said, I think we're both gonna be right to some form, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely, man. I know that was one of the big things. One of the big things. I guess on a happiest note, I didn't get the chance to talk about Doom. The Dark Ages. I don't know if, I'm trying to remember if we talked about it as far as like after its release. But I've been playing it. I'm at like
Ooh.
level 6, I think. Yeah, I've been playing on the Rogue Ally. It's fun. It's really fun. I did have some technical difficulties in the beginning. For some reason, it has some issues when you're playing it on PC, and it's like a weird bug optimization issue. I tried on the Rock Alley and it was freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck? And then like I looked it up and they said like, there's issues with it, but it's not because of the hardware. It's some weird software issue. So I was kind of forced to play it on Game Pass on my ROG Ally. And even then, sometimes the audio would go out of sync or it would stutter or whatnot. But overall, I've had a relatively smooth experience playing it. The game is fun. The game is fun. You're fucking killing mad people. I have it on easy mode just because I want to get through the game and beat it. I'm not trying to platinum everything or collect all the demon balls or whatever the fuck it is. It's like I just want to mow through the levels, kill the demons, and have a good time. So it's been fun. It's been fun. I think it's a fun game. Um, it is more expansive. So it's a little wider. It's not like an open. I wouldn't consider it an open world. It's just a slightly larger room. Not a sandbox, if you will. But it's fun. It's fun. I think you would enjoy it. I would get it definitely on a discount. I would, or just on Game Pass. Check it out on Game Pass and everything. See what you think. But fun game. The soundtrack is fantastic. I really hope that they can get nominated and potentially win for best soundtrack. These heavy metal guys are just going at it as far as the soundtrack. Soundtrack's fantastic. So, but yeah, yeah,
Dude, this is the year for games, man. Like I know people are like, "Oh, wow, GTA 6 is next year, dude." Like once again, I'm on my Game Informer site. Suck it. Um, this dude, every time like our group chat, every time we talk about like, fuck, dude, Space Marine 2 got an update. Fucking the Rivals has a Sharknado with
oh
Jeff and
yeah,
Storm
that's
now.
pretty cool.
Um, Helldivers, fucking Super Earthers under attack, dude. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Doom just dropped for Game Pass. Another winner for Game Pass this
right.
year on top of Expedition
Yeah,
33, on
which is great.
top of Oblivion Remake, on top of South of Midnight. Now, yes, I will totally agree. South of Midnight's the lowest of the four I just mentioned, but it's still up in there in the category of not an okay game, a good game. Because
Yeah,
again, we all know Game Pass has had a slew of it was okay.
right.
No, it was okay. And now South of Midnight was good. And then fucking Expedition 33 early on, Game of the Year
Really
contender.
good.
Oblivion,
Really good.
fucking Ghost drop. Oblivion remasters. So, fucking, Phil Spencer's like, oh, Nintendo, $90? Yeah, suck my nuts. Oblivion remaster. You know what I mean? Um, and now we got Doom the Dark Ages, man. Um, while we're at it, fuck it, Jerrell. Game. I'm just gonna if you have a second, let's take a look, see what June has. See what June
Yeah.
has for fucking games. Oh shit! Speaking of your boy Switch 2, Cyberpunk Ultimate Edition about to run.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
download mods.
Yeah, my friend's excited about it. I'm like, cool, man. I said, you know what? Rock out, rock out. Yeah, just don't mod anything on your console because your life will be a living hell per
It's a
Nintendo.
it, it's a low hanging fruit, and honestly, Joe, it's a Friday night. I've had a long week. I forget if we talked about it, but Nintendo is definitely the shittiest of the companies right now. I think it's crazy that you can mod that if you do something out of the user agreement via software, they can remotely shut down your hardware. That's
Oh yeah,
insane. That's
yeah. We did
insane
talk
to me.
about that last episode. Crazy. That is
That's like
ridiculous.
literally Big Brother bullshit. You're like, hey, do you ever read Fahrenheit 451? No, but I have a Switch too, bro. That's the same shit. Like, but real
Yeah.
quick, again, June. Thanks, shout out to Game Informer. I'm happy they're back. Best UI, best interface of a website still to date. Polygon, get your fucking shit together. Even if you do, I don't give a shit because
Right.
I'm still not gonna open your fucking site. Um, Bull Drill, I will say this. Speaking of Switch 2, June's the month of Switch, man. Like
Yeah,
Switch 2
they're dropping
is all
everything, bro.
over the place, dude. Cyberpunk, Fortnite, Hitman, Hogwarts Legacy, Mario Kart, um, uh,
Are all
Sid
these
Meier's
$80?
nine, 90 if you, 90. These are $90, dude. Sid Meier's 7, Sonic X,
So much money.
Split Fiction, Street Fighter 6, Survival
Oh
Kits, Legend of
man.
Zelda Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Yakuza. By the way, all these names are Switch. These are Switch 2. These are all Switch 2 releases. Okay.
Oh man.
Um.
They're so
Uh.
lucky that they did. Like the best thing the company did was do the backwards compatibility because imagine, hey, the Switch 2's out, bunch of games dropped, each of them are $90. Go fuck yourself. Like that is crazy.
Dude. Like. Yeah. June's definitely the month of Switch 2. Um. The modder community is about to lose its mind because Stellar Blade comes out for PC June 11th. And ooh, Steam's gonna have a fun one-handed PlayStation with that fucking game. Um, uh, yeah, man. Like I said, June, nothing too crazy else. What I said, TMNT, Splintered, Faded comes out. Um, oh, Jerrell, your boy, Death Stranding 2 on the beach, June 26th.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, I will be playing that. I need to play I need to beat the first one.
No, you
Um
don't. No, you don't. You just need to what you know exactly where I'm going with this, Trail. You know
watch
exactly, exactly.
The YouTube cinematics that someone posted already.
N- No, you need to rewatch the AI Eminem
Oh.
rap rap Death Stranding back to you. If you don't talk about, look it up. Just
Yeah,
Google
yeah, you said
just
that too. It's
Eminem
classic.
rapping Death Stranding. However you want to Google, it, even though that sounds like the most white old person. Eminem raps Death Stranding. Okay, whatever, Henry. Um, but I'm telling you, like, look at it, dude. It's really good because at some
It's
point you
pretty
think the
funny.
video's gonna stop. The video's gonna like no, it's just straight up the entire lore of Death Stranding with like an AI memed Slim Shady. It's really fucking good.
It's pretty good. Yeah. I'm like,
It's
oh
really
wow.
good, dude. Um, but yeah, man. Um, fuck, Drill. While we're here, real quick, if you have a second, July, about to have another big hitter come to the Game Pass. A game I still didn't know was coming to Game Pass.
What's that?
Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. We'll
Dude,
definitely
you and I
look
gotta
into
play
that.
that on Game Pass, man. You and I gotta like, rock like, 21 Pilots, all the old school, all the old school people, some
Yeah,
41, back in the day.
that would
All
be
of them
nice.
just play some Tony Hawks. Um,
That'd be dope.
July, June's gonna be a heavy hitter. For Switch 2. No shocker. July it slows down. July slows down. Other than Switch 2 games, once again um you got Donkey Kong Bonanza, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Wild Hearts S. Yeah, so July's gonna be a slow
Yeah.
month, and then August. Once again, August is gonna be another month for Drill with Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be Like that. I will put. I'm gonna try to put like 50 hours in.
Dude, they know what they're doing because like, sorry, I'm gonna in the chat here. I'm gonna send you the snippet of Game Informer's like year of 2025. Just put your eye to the bottom right and be like, they know what they're doing. AKA Big Boss, great design, great. I just don't dude, look at blame Game Informer and the makers of the game. I am just a viewer. I'm enjoyer of art. Jerrell
Yeah,
is
very nice.
hey,
Oh yeah, go.
is wearing a bikini on a motorcycle, combat ready? Who the fuck you to judge? What, you're a fucking Navy SEAL? Shut the fuck up.
Go see Yote. When is where's that on the docket here? Is that later this year?
Uh, let me do a fat
October.
control. Let me do a fat control F, my dude.
Okay.
There's three games that are Ghost. October.
Oh, okay. Got it. That's gonna be a big one
October.
too. Obviously, it's gonna be PS5 exclusive for a while. I don't think it's gonna be on PC, right?
No, no.
Yeah.
It's October 2nd. PlayStation 5 only.
Yeah. I might get a PS5 in the pretty soon here.
Like I say, if you do, man, upfront the money. Get that PlayStation Plus Premium. Like I
Yeah.
think it's like I said, you get to do drill. There are a ton of games you can finish for quick. Um, Bridge of Kunai, or that one girl that was like Zelda, but it was like Pikmin. You remember that one game? It was like
Yeah.
Pikmin, but not Pikmin. Um, Ratchet and Clank, highly recommend you play that game.
Yeah.
God of War, and I think now God of War Ragnarok's on there. Ghost of Tsushima's on there. Um, Not the most recent one, but the last Final Fantasy VII remake is on there because they're doing three parts. So
Yeah.
part one and eventually part two will be there. Joe, you're an old head like me. Like you saw me, I was streaming Time Slayers 2 in
Really?
2024. Like,
Mm.
yeah, like
Oh
they have
yeah,
like,
that's right. That's right. I remember that YouTube. Yeah, you playing with Victor, right? Yeah,
yeah,
that was dope.
there's a lot of OG games there. They even have the OG Sly Coopers. They got not they have the Skull and Bones medieval. Um, so
You know what's funny
yeah.
too, Arthur? I'm gonna eat my words here, but I remember originally we were shitting on the PlayStation Portal because it was like it had no Bluetooth and all this stuff, but I'm recognizing some patterns, okay, that I do with my ROG Ally, right? Like eventually, once I do exit the house, like yeah, I will bring it and I will play it and and charge it and whatnot. But recently, all of my happenings with the ROG Ally have been like downstairs I'm playing. You know what I mean? Like downstairs I'm playing, upstairs I'm playing in the bed, right? Like I'm not sitting at a dedicated desk or whatever or a dedicated couch to play. So when I look at the PlayStation Portal, and if I get a PS5, I'm like, I might get a PlayStation Portal just so it's at the table.
Here's the thing, Drill. I'm glad you addressed the elephant in the room. That's for once not my fat self, but is the PlayStation 5. I think you'd be like, man, how I want the PlayStation Portal. I'm like, Joe, you need a fucking PS5 to
No.
play it, right? Like
No,
I was
yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
was
I'm
like,
saying after I get the
don't.
PS5, get a PlayStation Portal.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, don't. Like, man, fuck, I fucked up, Arthur. The PlayStation Portable's like half the price of their ROG Ally.
Yeah, like on eBay, I'm seeing some for like a 130. Like that's nothing. That's fine. Um, yeah. So I mean, that kind of makes a little more sense to me. I'm like,
I'll say this,
you know what I
Joe.
mean?
I do find myself laying on my couch, doom scrolling a lot. Instagram's like flip. Instagram has three modes for me: food, games, and thoughts. And I'm really trying to improve the filter to improve the first two, but that last one just keeps coming up now and again, man. And every times you and Victor like message me like, "Arthur, you want a game?" I'm like, "Bro, I've been staring at Instagram for like an hour. I'm so glad you pulled me out of this like fucking dive, dude." Because it's like I said, that's just life now. You clock out of work. You're not. You're not. You're too awake to fall asleep, but you're really kind of like too tired to play games.
Yeah.
So you're just in this fucking limbo of consciousness where Instagram's like, "Do you want to look at food? Yeah. Do you want to look at games? Yeah. Do you want to look at tits and bikinis? I mean, if you're offering." And so and I'll be doing that for like I said, wait, real shit, way too long. 'Cause I'm just like on my couch. So like you're not,
Yeah.
you're not wrong. If I can replace my Instagram like thought filter with like a portable gaming device, I think my life would improve for the better.
Y- Hey, maybe look at a PlayStation Portal if you just want to,
Nah,
whatever.
fuck that.
Yeah.
I'll get like a Steam Deck or something,
Yeah. Okay. Right on. Right
because
on.
it's only because that's lets me play all the above.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I will say ergonomically though, ergonomically, the Portal looks way better than that Steam Deck. The Steam Deck's like a
Oh yeah.
brick with a screen. It does.
Yeah, well, obviously, like it has hardware built in, right? So it's gonna be a little heavier. And yeah, as far as like, because even the Raw Galley, like holding that up and laying down, luckily I have a kickstand on mine, so I can just lay it on my fucking stomach and just.
Dude, I respect it. Dude, do you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of The Simpsons when Homer and Mr. Burns are stuck in an avalanche during a work retreat, and there's like,
hit
and
the
they're all
chip,
lazy.
hit the pole
The
tip,
chips,
but you have
yep,
to get up.
but you have to get up. Oh, do you? Bam, bam, and Homer starts kicking the table, like pounding, like full on, like pounding the fucking table to get the. It's not like he's doing it at ease. He is struggling. Just
Yeah.
oh,
And then he's
he,
like, "Sir,
it
I'm
was easy.
forever and you're dead."
Yeah. Yeah. So, dude, yeah, let's be real. If you haven't like laid on your back and like eaten like, fucking pizza or chips like to yourself, like, what are you doing with life?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you gotta live. You gotta live sooner or later. So
It's like that one early podcast back when I was in the LBC when you and I were potting and like blasting in the background was Chilaquiles, champorado, tamales.
that
We're
was
like,
a
dude,
great part of the podcast.
you're all real shit, bro. Have you ever had like tamales sold from an old lady in an Astro van made from like 10, it's at least 10 years old? Like, what the fuck are you doing with life?
The best food you'll have ever. Exactly.
Sweet, it's just some sweet old lady with like her husband or granddaughter or somebody there just selling food in the back of their van. OSHA and FDA and the food inspector would shit themselves. They saw what's happening, and we're just
Yeah.
hey, did you see where that van went? Didn't see nothing. Where'd you get that tamale? None of your fucking business.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now you're really gonna ask me where'd you get tamale?
I ain't no
My
snitch.
my asshole. Like so yeah, I don't know why. Like just going down memory lane, you talk about playing the shit and you're on your say it with your chest. I'll play it on my stomach. That's the best I can do. I don't know about saying it with my chest, but I'll play the ROGL on my stomach.
I will play it on my stomach. All right. Well, I guess with that being said, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Glad we ended on a happy note, aside from the bullshit we discussed today. But it's good stuff. A lot of great games coming out here, and Game Pass. You're still getting my money because you're still delivering.
Hell yeah, man. I'm glad you're enjoying your birthday. Glad you're enjoying
Yeah.
Game Pass, dude.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, everybody. That's a wrap up here for the Gamers for Life podcast. Again, each and every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, discussing all things games. And whenever you're Jerrell, with me is my co-host, Arthur Thomas.
That's me.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.